What's going on, everybody? This is Mattdoesfitness, and there is no smoking in my menswear store. Closed, but no cigar. Okay, this is my deadlift highlights from week 2 of my 5th cycle. I'm into week 2, and kind of sucked a little bit, but it was also fairly productive, and I'm going to explain why. So, as you may have ascertained from the title, I made somewhat of a discovery, I guess, of type today. So the plan was, or what I did, was 5 sets of 3 at 468 pounds, 212.5 kilos, which is nothing to write home about. But as with my other lifts, I've decided to kind of bring the weight back a little bit, scale it back, not be, constantly working at 100%, so that I give myself more scope to improve in the coming weeks. Anyway, the plan was to go for a really strict sumo. So feet turned out, feet fairly wide, knees out, hips to the bar, all that kind of stuff. What I found was, however, is that I felt incredibly weak. I mean, I'm already massively weak off the floor. That's already by far my weakest point, the weakest point of my lift. But here, it was like a new level. Like this is, I mean, I could probably pull this weight for maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7. Maybe more. A good kind of 7 or 8 reps, I'd say I can pull this for. But every rep, the first kind of inch felt like a PR attempt. It was ridiculously heavy, and I mean, it's frustrating because as soon as I break the floor, every time it comes up really, really easily. But the issue I have is that if I was to stick with this form, I know over time I'll probably get stronger. But I feel like if I got anywhere near approaching what would be a PR for me, I wouldn't even be able to move it off the floor, at all. So what I need to do, what I've decided to do, and you'll see it in a minute, I basically went back to my original sumo. So when I first changed from conventional to sumo, I did like a semi-sumo, which is pretty much as close to conventional as I could get, but with my arms still being in between my legs. Now the reason I changed from conventional to sumo is that my back couldn't handle it. With conventional, as much as I tried, as soon as I got to 95% plus of my max, it destroyed my back to the point where I couldn't lift for about 3 days afterwards. So that is a non-starter. I'm definitely lifting with sumo. However, I decided to trial like an absolute textbook sumo, but it just doesn't. It feels far too weak off the floor. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm doing here for this 5th set is just my kind of own interpretation. So what is essentially a semi-sumo? I mean, guys like Ben Rice do it, and they have a lot of success with it. So this is what I'm going to stick with, and it feels a lot stronger off the floor for me. It's still, it's still definitely my weakest element, the first kind of inch of the pull, but this is a lot stronger than the kind of textbook sumo, if you like. So I will be sticking with this, and with the introduction of all the other things I'm doing, all the other accessory work, and obviously doing some more rep work, hopefully things are going to start to go in the right direction. Because my deadlift is really irritating me. I feel like my squat is flying, my bench is going fairly well, my deadlift is letting me down. But that said, I am definitely due a big jump at some point soon, so we'll see what happens there. Anyway, 5 sets of 3, got those done, not too many problems. Then moved on to some paused deadlifts. I've never done these before, and to be honest, I really like them. I played it fairly safe, went for 140 kilos, 309 pounds, and I went for 3 sets of 5, and I was holding it at the weakest point of my lift, which is off the floor. So I pretty much pulled it about an inch or 2 off the floor, held it there, and then went for it. And like I said, it felt really good. It kind of forced me to stay in a good position. Got glutes, hamstrings, everything else engaged. I'm a big fan of those, so I will continue to do those. I might well bring like a deficit in, so do that standing on plates perhaps. We shall see. Anyway, after that I went for some glute ham raises, and good news on that front is that it was not excruciatingly painful on my quads anymore, so that's a bonus, because the last time I did these I was literally crying in pain. I did 3 sets of 8 of these, holding a 10 kilo or 22 pound plate, and I'm starting to get my head around them. I'm still arching my back a little bit too much, and I would like to come up a little bit higher there, but the issue I have is with the setup of the plates and the pads and stuff, I can't get my knees any higher, so I can't come up any higher than that. But I still feel a massive amount of glute and hamstring engagement, and hopefully they're going to carry over to my deadlift. I then use the Grandad disabled lat pull down because I can't be bothered to carry my stuff and move into the back room, so I just did the machine in the room I was already in. I did 3 sets of 12 reps of these, just trying to engage / isolate my lats as much as possible because my lats are a weakness. IMO, which I believe in internet speak stands for in my opinion, or if you are exotic, iguanas Mexican ordeal. Iguana's Mexican ordeal. Yeah, I mean, I do actually own an iguana, and he did recently go to Mexico, and he had a horrible time. So, IMO, iguanas, Mexican ordeal. I then finished the session with some reverse flies for some rear delt action. 3 sets of 12 down to about 10. And that, my friends, was my session. So, like I said, a frustrating one, but a somewhat enlightening one, and hopefully it's onwards and upwards from here. I've settled on my technique. I know what I'm going to do deadlift wise. The accessory work is going to come together, and I'm going to smash it. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I will see you in my next video tomorrow.